Thank you all for tuning in into our White Church show. And today we are having a topic on talents and career. So this came all about because as young men, we find ourselves divided either to go choose a talent and grow by it, or whether to choose a career path and grow from it. And from history, we see that we have some of our friends or some of the celebrities that through talents, they have become, they have prospered in their life. And we have them that it's a must that they go to school, work so hard, maybe choose a particular course and then get employed so that they can prosper. So we are going to look now, should we decide go via the talents way, or we choose a career and live by it all of our lives. So with me, I have a team, a panel, beautiful ladies and handsome men, and they are ready to give us their opinion. So they will introduce themselves. So we shall begin from my right, from brother. He'll begin, then we shall go up to the farthest end.
Thank you. My name is John.
I'm Carol.
Elsie.
I'm Vincent.
Hello guys, my name is Tali.
Wow, so this is our panel today, and you can see that they really have the answers with them, and I believe it will be a nice talk. So we shall begin by defining what is a talent and what is a talent actually, because we have seen that people who don't know that what is a talent, sometimes they confuse it also with career, isn't it? Yeah, so what is a talent, and you personally, do you have your own talent? So tutaanza wapi? So Tali, can you start as of maybe what do you understand by talent, and do you have you yourself, do you have your talent? Do you know your talent?
Talent is a gift. It is the gift that we are born with. That one thing that you do so perfectly without struggling. That one gift that God gave you, and you can do it. It could be dancing, singing, playing, acting. So I believe that is a good description of a talent. And talents are God-given. Mostly when you are in church or in the presence of God or anywhere, you will always know your talent. So personally, my talent is singing. Yeah, thank you.
Well, I hope before the end of this show, you sing for us at least. So what about you, John?
All right, thank you. Personally, I can say talent is a God-given skill or a special ability to do something in an extraordinary way, that in a way that not so many people are able to do it in that way. For example, we can have people who are talented in dancing, others are talented in singing. So, talents can vary from one person or from one individual to another. For example, on my side, I can say that I am talented in cooking, that I can cook deliciously.
Wow. So yeah. After this, we come for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So a talent is a special ability God-given that it's only you can do it perfectly. That another person given the same task is fanya the way you do, you have done it. So maybe Tali, maybe you say that your talent is singing. Can you maybe sing for us? Maybe your best song? Yeah, just a verse, Yeah.
Oh my, okay. My best song. Nachotaka ni wewe tu. Nachotaka ni wewe tu. Haja ya moyo wangu Yesu. Haja ya moyo wangu ni Yesu. Yeah.
Wow, wonderful. So if it were me, the same saying, I repeat the same verse. Yeah, could see wonders. Yeah. Okay, that's why they are talents. Now, that Tali and John, they have told us that talents, they are God-given. But I have this question that maybe for example, I want to sing like Charlie. Can I be trained so that I can have that talent, or is it like kama nimezaliwa bila hiyo, like it is done? So do we all have talents? Yes, do we all have talents that they are God given at your point of let me say, for example, let me use that example of music, that I was not born with that gift or that talent of singing, but can somebody else be trained to be a musician? Yes. So maybe John, can you take it?
Okay, from what I know with talents, you cannot instill a talent into a person. What you can do, you can just have, for example, somebody is gifted or has this talent of singing. What you can do, you can only perfect the skill of singing, but you cannot instill that skill of all that talent of singing to another person. You can only perfect the skill.
Wow. So you cannot acquire it maybe from where you are. So like if you don't have it, it is done. Unless
you have passion. If you don't have it, it is not so much easy to instill it to you if you don't have it. What you can only do is we can perfect.
Wow. So what about you, Elsie?
For me, I'll say, if you have, as the way Talia said,
yes,
talent is God-given. So for me, what I believe is when it's God-given, it's perfect, right? But when you are trained, then it won't be exactly the way someone who's talented, when it's different from someone who's talented. So when you're trained, I don't think it's gonna be the same as someone who's born with it, and if the person is even passionate with the talent.
Wow. Maybe what about you, Carol? That maybe, for example, I was not born with the gift of maybe playing the drum set, but I want to be a drummer. So is it possible that maybe wakati mse ana play tu mimi tu nakaa pale chini naona banagonga the hearts, the drum? So can I acquire that talent?
Okay, that's unless you are talented unless you have that talent but you have not discovered it. So after maybe watching somebody maybe singing, and then you have that talent of singing but you have not yet discovered, so there is that admiration that comes in you, that you feel like I want to sing. So you may copy it, or somebody may train you, and then it will come out. But if you don't have that talent of singing, even after getting trained, you can't acquire it. That is God-given.
Wow. You have said that I can have a talent inside me without me knowing.
Yeah.
Like I may just be walking around, maybe I'm talented in an area, but I don't know. So then how can somebody identify his or her talent? Because maybe I've met some people, maybe unaambia mse like what's your talent? Like mse anasema like mimi sijui, unaona. So how can one identify his or her talent? Yes, my brother.
I believe if you have never discovered your talents, first of all, if you can find somebody who can, mtu mwenye anaweza kukumbusha ati unakonga na talent, pengine mtu ameona unafanya kitu kingine tofauti, yani unafanya kitu something lakini hujui kama unakonga na talent, maybe upate coach akufundishe venye unaweza fanya vizuri.
Wow. So you are saying like there is somebody outside or maybe within your environment who is able to identify that I see you have this gift, and then coach.
Something like that.
Wow. What about you, Tali?
I think for you to be able to know your talent is people can tell you. You could be around people and they're like, we see this thing in you. So talent can be spotted even by other people. You could not be knowing it, but mtu anaweza tu kuapproach akwambia, hey, by the way, unacheza drums vizuri, ama unaimba vizuri, ama dance vizuri. You can also know it that way. Also, just being around things that you love, you get to know, what do I love doing most, and then out of there you can just know whether this is your talent or not. Yeah, that's what I think.
So maybe from your last points that maybe you try a number of things and then maybe you see what works best for you.
Yeah, your talent is always going. There is always some, like a conviction. There's always something you really, really love doing this thing, and you cannot stop doing it, and you actually do it perfectly. So you just get to know that is, of course, your talent.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about you, Elsie?
For me, I will speak for the people who maybe they don't know their talents. For them, I'll say maybe practice different activities. I can say that,
Yes.
and see where your passion it lies. Maybe that can be your talent.
So maybe let's say maybe using from your point, maybe as somebody who is in church, maybe what are some of the activities zenye anaweza volunteer liza jaribu kuzifanya, in that at the end of it maybe allocate that this indeed is my area.
In church, there are very many activities. You can do drum sets. You can play pianos. You can even try to sing. Yeah, maybe someone can, the way Talia said, maybe somebody can say, "Oh, you sing very well." Then, you can, then you'll be like, "Okay, that's my talent." Then you start from there.
Wow. And then maybe what about you, Carol?
Okay, talent. If you have not yet discovered your talent, you can know it maybe through, there are things that you feel like doing most of the time, like you may be cooking and then you feel like singing. You are walking, you feel like singing. Maybe you are doing something, you just feel like dancing. When you are free, you just feel like dancing. That's how you discover your talent. There are things that you just feel like doing without being forced. Nobody is telling you to do, but you just feel to do it. That's how you get to know, this is my talent. This is the thing that I can do best.
Then maybe you can do the same thing even 100 times without getting bored. Or
Of course, yeah.
Wow. So what about you, John?
On my side, I can say that it also has to do with something interest. For example, I've seen you might find that you have this interest of, for example, playing the drums, but you have never had the opportunity. So I've seen a case whereby you find you are training somebody, or you come to train somebody. You are the one who is talented in playing drums, but then you come to train somebody else, and they end up being more skilled than you. So that is a matter of interest, all self-discovery. Maybe you earned the talent of playing these drums, but you have never discovered that you have that talent. So it is an issue of interest, and at the same time, the other thing is the platform. Maybe you can be having a talent, but you have never had the platform to exercise your talent. All right.
Wow. So maybe as I can give an example. Maybe mse unasemanga talent yako ni kucheza futa. Oh, futa is football, eh? Yeah, maybe you play one day for Man U, Chelsea, Arsenal, but I heard that Arsenal see team. So, but like unasemanga like mimi ni footballer, but you have never even taken a step to go into the field, eh? Wewe unakuwa maybe kwa mafan. So at least from your point, just have an interest, chukua, maybe unachukua hatua, eh?
Yeah,
an interest. And then now let's say that this person who has identified his or her talent, amejaribu maybe one or two, akasema like this is my area now. So how can somebody grow in his or her talent? Yeah. So like sir, nime discover that I have this talent, because the Bible inasema like whatever thing your hands find to do it with all your strength, ndio, like so that our talents can grow wider, reach more people. Yeah. So how can one grow his or her own talent? So maybe Tali, maybe you can start us with them.
To grow your own talent, of course, you will have, if you have interest, you will be able to push yourself to grow your talent. So if it is something that you love to do, you will want to look for people who have done it best, people who are maybe good at it, maybe better than you. You can always learn from people who are a step ahead of you, so that when you are learning, if it is techniques, if it's playing football, maybe you're watching your best player. If it is learning, people are even talented in mathematics, you go and look for that person who is so good at it and do maybe what they are doing. That way you will grow your skill, or you will grow your talent.
Yeah, I think it can also be enhanced by persistence, being disciplined, working hard on it, and most of all, putting God first in everything you do. Then put dedication.
Wow. So maybe for discipline, it's like maybe you still you are just committed each and every day to that and like you are committed always to perfect that talent auchoki because kuna place Bible inasema like don't run aimlessly ndio like persistence yeah, so just be disciplined maybe if you have decided that this is the area being disciplined I believe is a matter of kama umesema like I'll be doing this and this at this time at least you are always sticking to that things ndio yeah so maybe what about you John how can one grow his or her own talent
Okay, one way of growing your talent, first of all, is nothing new. So you'll find that in every talent, there are those people who have been in that field before, who have perfect skills, or who have played a major role. So you can look up to those people, or you can have a link with them so that they can help you grow your talent. Because no matter all, even if it is inborn, you have to acquire some extra or some other perfect skills so that you can make it grow higher. The other thing is discipline. I know of some talents which usually comes with some bit of proud. You find that say mimi najua kucheza piano sana. So kama ni for example let's say ni kwa church hata hapa anajua kama si yuko hiyo siku hiyo piano haitachezwa vizuri. So anacheza tu anajua lazima nikue. So lazima sometimes inakaa ni kama lazima mbembeleze ndio akuje. So sometimes it can come with some proud. So in order to grow your talent, sometimes you have to be disciplined.
Wow. And then what I've learned from is that yes, I have this gift, but so that it can be more perfect, or so that I can go to the point of being excellent, I need maybe some training or so. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have something to add on
Yes.
that. If we look at Joshua in the Bible, when God asked him to be a leader, he didn't have any experience. He was just an ordinary guy, and he's being asked to be a leader. But he was following Moses everywhere he was going, so that he can be able to learn from him. So for you to be able to grow your talent, you need to exercise humility. If you can be proud and you want to learn your talent, you will remain stagnated. So you have to be able to be humble, have a teachable spirit, and just keep at it, persist. And also there are platforms, like if you want to grow, if it's in the sector of music, there are lots of platforms. So if you are a musician, you have to push yourselves. Pigia wasesi mwambie leo gig iko wapi nataka come through, ama leo kuna event wapi, watu wanaimba wapi, always go to these gigs, these platforms, so that you can be challenged and grow as well. Yeah. Wow.
So you find those platform or the people like you when you see you're done in this area, so also you find people of similar interest for if it's music, maybe you look for bands, or I believe at the moment we have so many bands, mostly like the gospel. So you see the auditions, how they do their things. So if it's football, you find maybe Apple local team, at least maybe you practice with them, and each and every talent in apply for Sindio. And now I wonder as we shift now, maybe you go and look to career, because maybe in God willing, maybe it's supposed people to go to maybe join the university or colleges in September, Sindio. And maybe you have brothers and sisters outside there who need to make some career choice, Sindio. So now let us now bridge on to career. Now maybe to all of us just to start up. So I remember I think in class 1, 2, 3 you were saying like when I grow up I want to be a doctor. So maybe John in those days what were you saying when I grow up?
All right. By the time when I was growing up, those days when I was a young kid at class 1, 2 there, I used to tell them that when I grow up, I want to be the president of this country. You see? So the issue is, at least I wanted to become a politician.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about you, Caro? In those days, what were you telling your classmates?
Those days, I think I started talking about that when I was in class 1. I went to a bank with my father. And so when I met people working in the bank, I was feeling like one day I should work here. But after my high school, after I went to the university, actually I met myself doing accounting.
Wow. So, for me, I want to become a pilot. But as at the moment, we thank God. But my dream is still valid. Yeah? I'm still alive. Maybe one day. Yeah. What about you, Elsie?
Funny enough, for me, I wanted to become a sister, a nun.
Who is a nun?
Nun, sister, those ones in Catholic.
Mm.
Yeah, that's why nimesema funny enough.
Wow, a nun. And now, what happened? Are you still having the same passion?
No, now I'm doing something very different.
And
Yeah.
at least maybe one day you are opting to have a family.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, true. Yeah.
What about you, brother?
For me, I always wanted to be a lawyer.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Then?
Hiyo ingine ya Mungu ni mengi.
Ni ya kuku ni mayai. What about you, Tali?
I used to say I want to be a neurosurgeon
Wow.
because I used to watch. My parents used to put lots of documentaries in hospitals, but nikafika high school chemistry. Hadi nielewi. But we thank
What
God.
were you scoring
We
in
thank
chemistry?
God.
Especially from 3?
Hiyo ni kunianika. I was trying. At least I got something I can speak before people. Sikuanguka sana.
Periodic table, see alkanes, alkenes. When copper mixes with what?
Yeah,
Yes, G sulfur. Oh, okay. Now, let us go to the next question. How do we make career change? Because maybe for me, I say that I needed to become a pilot, but so far, we thank God. And now, there is brother, there is sister who will be joining, who is opting to join a university or a college. And what are some of, how can one make a career change? That in that maybe a school, as something that are you, so how can we identify these people outside there? So maybe we can begin with you, Karo.
Okay, when you want to choose a career after you have acquired your high school results and you are going to the university maybe, so there are subjects which you have done well, there are subjects where you are not struggling, and you see, so when you go to the university, maybe you want to do education, when you go there, just choose the subject where you are going easily, the subjects which were so easy to you. Usiende uchukue like you are not good in mathematics and even the KCSE you failed, umepata mathematics maybe ndio uko na the lowest grade, that is sasa uchukue wewe ni mwalimu wa maths and physics na hiyo unajua ilikuwa inakusumbua high school. So just chukua ile kama ni education, chukua ile kitu tu unajua you are doing so well in high school, ndio hata ukikuwa mwalimu usisumbuane na wanafunzi. Usi juu sasa wewe ni mwalimu na in the school wanafunzi wanakuletea maswali za chemistry, you don't know anything, you see. Yeah.
Wow. So now, because of time, today we might end up our discussion there, but hapo mali tumeachia ndo tutaendelea hapo making a career choice. So I believe these guys and the rest of the team will be very they are very concerned, and they have indeed great information on how we can make career choice. So always remember to comment, share, and also like our shows, and also there at YouTube, kindly subscribe. Yeah, also tell a friend that because these shows, they are very informative and they are very timely and relevant, especially the issue of career to where we are today. So God bless you. Thank you for watching, and let us meet next time. Amen.